Dubrovnik is one of the most beautiful cities in Croatia. Famous for its medieval old town, crystal clear water, our Balkan adventure began with a flight to Dubrovnik, Croatia. We booked our return flights for around £172 per person, which we thought was great value. As we arrived, we were greeted with incredible coastal views that immediately got us excited for the trip. For our stay, we booked an Airbnb just outside Dubrovnik's old town. That there were 5 of us traveling together, and the accommodation worked out to around £160 per person for the entire stay. Staying slightly outside the old town was a great option because it was quieter, more affordable, and still easy to get around. If you're traveling with a lot of luggage like we were, I'd recommend booking your airport transfer in advance. That's what we did because it made getting to the Airbnb much easier. Once you're in Dubrovnik though, I'd definitely recommend using Uber. It's surprisingly affordable. You can use the same Uber app you're already familiar with, and you can pay online in pounds, so there's no need to worry about carrying cash or exchanging money for every journey. After checking in and freshening up, we decided to keep our first day nice and relaxed. We headed to Uvala Lapad Beach, one of Dubrovnik's most popular beaches, and only a short journey from where we were staying. If you're visiting during the summer, definitely bring your swimwear because the water is crystal clear and perfect for a swim. We spent the afternoon relaxing before watching a beautiful sunset over the Adriatic Sea. From Lapad Beach, we took an Uber to Dubrovnik's old town, which only cost around €2 per person when split between the 5 of us. It's a really affordable way to get around the city. We spent the rest of the evening wandering through the historic streets, taking in the atmosphere and admiring the stunning architecture. There are plenty of restaurants and cafes around the old town, so we stopped for dinner before continuing to explore. It was the perfect way to end our first day and a great introduction. If you're staying in Dubrovnik and thinking about visiting Montenegro, this is one of the easiest and most popular day trips you can take. We booked our tour through Get Your Guide, and the journey takes around 2 to 3 hours, depending on how long the border crossing takes. Along the way, you'll be treated to stunning coastal views before exploring some of Montenegro's most beautiful destinations. In this video, I'll show you exactly what we did, how much it cost, and whether it's worth adding to your itinerary. Montenegro day trip is one of the easiest ways to visit another country. Here's exactly what we did, what it cost, and whether it's worth it. We booked this through Get Your Guide for around £50 per person. We chose Hotel Liro as our pickup point because it was closest to our Airbnb. Don't forget your passport because you'll cross into Montenegro. Border waiting times vary, especially during summer. Our first stop was Pest. Located on the beautiful bay of Kotor, Pest is best known for its peaceful waterfront, historic buildings, and the famous island of Our Lady of the Rocks, which sits just offshore. If you'd like to visit the island, you can take a short boat trip from Pest. We paid €15 per person for the return boat journey, plus a separate €3 tourist tax, which isn't included in the Get Your Guide tour. Once we arrived on the island, we had time to explore the church and museum while enjoying some incredible views across the bay. Back in Pest, we had some free time to wander around the town, take plenty of photos, and explore the local shops. I definitely recommend trying the traditional Pest almond cake, which is made using one of the town's oldest recipes. Near the boats to Our Lady of the Rocks, we found a local wine shop where you can sample unique wines, including blueberry and pomegranate wines. There are also plenty of souvenir shops, cafes, and restaurants. Next, we explored Kotor Old Town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site filled with cafes, restaurants, and narrow stone streets. It's the perfect place to wander around and enjoy the atmosphere. We wanted to take the cable car, but our guide advised against it because the queues were really long. If you're traveling outside peak season, I'd definitely recommend giving it a try. A few quick tips. Bring your passport, wear comfortable shoes, take plenty of water, and book early if you're traveling during the summer. Overall, I definitely recommend this trip if you're staying in Dubrovnik. It's an easy way to experience Montenegro in just one day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Day 3, I definitely recommend setting at least one full day to explore the old town. It's one of Croatia's most famous destinations, filled with history, incredible architecture, and breathtaking views. In this video, I'll show you how we spent our day, whether the Dubrovnik Pass is worth buying, and why this became one of our favorite days of the trip. We started our day early and entered Dubrovnik Old Town through the famous Pile Gate, which is the main entrance to the city. If you've already purchased the Dubrovnik Pass online, simply scan your ticket once you're inside and you're ready to start exploring. One of the biggest advantages of the Dubrovnik Pass is that it also includes unlimited travel on Dubrovnik's public buses for the day, making it easy to get around the city without paying extra. The Dubrovnik Pass cost us €40 per person, and in my opinion, it was definitely worth it. It includes access to the famous city walls, several museums, historic buildings, and galleries. So if you're planning to visit multiple attractions, you'll save money compared to buying separate tickets. I'd strongly recommend arriving as early as possible, especially during the summer or school holidays. Dubrovnik gets extremely busy later in the day, and the temperatures can become very hot. Starting early means you'll avoid the biggest crowds and enjoy a much more relaxed experience. One thing to keep in mind is that you'll be doing a lot of walking. The city walls are quite long, and there are plenty of steps along the route, so comfortable walking shoes are definitely recommended. The effort is completely worth it though, because the panoramic views from the top are absolutely stunning. Looking out over the orange rooftops of the old town and the crystal clear Adriatic Sea is something you won't forget. As you walk around the walls, you'll also come across small cafes where you can stop for a drink while enjoying the views. We tried some fresh orange juice, which was perfect in the summer heat. You'll also find free drinking water fountains throughout the old town, so I'd recommend bringing an empty water bottle. After walking the city walls, we spent some time exploring Dubrovnik Old Town itself. The narrow limestone streets, historic churches, hidden alleyways, and charming squares make it one of the most beautiful places we've visited. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you'll also recognize many filming locations, as Dubrovnik was used as King's Landing throughout the series. There are plenty of cafes, restaurants, bakeries, and gelato shops throughout the old town, making it the perfect place to stop for lunch before continuing to explore. In the evening, we finished the day with a sunset boat trip, which cost around €20 per person. Tickets are available from several stalls around the old harbor, so you can usually book on the day. If you're staying in Dubrovnik for a little longer than we did, I'd also recommend visiting Lokrum Island,